Okay, so I wanted to go over the rep for Stormwind, which is required for the human heritage armor. You must be level 50 and exalted with Stormwind. I was revered, so I needed to completely get through revered to get to exalted. So I have quested in a few different areas, so I wanted to go over which ones were better than others, and depending on which ones you wanted to go to. Um, I would also mention, first of all, that as a human, um, you do have diplomacy, which increases your reputation gains by 10%. So, if you are trying to gain rep with Stormwind for some reason and you are not a human, um, bear this in mind. So, I had an easier time because of this. So, I started out in Redridge Mountains. I looked up what areas you could um, gain rep and went through the entire storyline for Redridge Mountains. Almost everything grants you a reputation with Stormwind, at least 275. Some things offered more. Um, there were very few quests, if any, that offered less than 275. So, literally, just kind of made a kind of a not even a full circle, just kind of a U around the zone. There's a lot of fetch quests. Um, there's some running around. The questing is very well laid out, so you won't be wasting too much time. And then um, when I finished with Redridge Mountains, as I said, I quested through the whole thing. There were some quests there that I could have continued doing. Um, However, I was trying to complete the storylines in different zones, so I thought, well, this will kill two birds with one stone. I can gain rep and quest through some zones at the same time. So I was 3 bars short of Exalted by the time I got through Redridge Mountains. It took me in about an hour or so. I filled up about two in Redridge Mountains. And then I came to Duskwood and went through all of Duskwood. Now, Duskwood is not what I would say is the best place to come. A lot of quests don't offer a reputation for some reason. Some towards the end offer reputation with Gilneas. Um, Nothing was particularly long. Um, the couple things I would mention is when you come here, um, and you're in the town square here, as soon as you can get the um, the quest from I think he's supposed to be a guard or something over here. Do that. That will start most of these that he will give you, and the ones you get after this will grant you rep. When you first get here, I believe you end up talking to the leader of the Night Watch. These do not grant you reputation for some reason. And you will be sent all over the place here. Literally just handing in a quest, getting a quest, coming back. It is not. Um, it is not the most linear questing experience. And then there is one part where you have to lower a mob's health, in which you will need a soft foam sword in order to do that. I tried doing it with a variety of abilities. I tried taking off all my gear. I was still too powerful at level 60. So then I looked it up, and I knew I had a toy that probably did something. I just wasn't specifically sure. So just looked it up online. This is what everybody said they used, was a soft foam sword. So did that, got through that, and then like I said, a lot of the quests at the end will grant you reputation with Gilneas. So I still needed, I had 3 bars left. I got about a bar and a half questing through Duskwood completely. So then I ended up going to the Western Plaguelands, and this is where, if you went to Redridge Mountains, this is where I'd recommend you come next, because there are quite a few quests right from the beginning, and a lot of them offer reputation with Stormwind, at least 275 or more. There were some shorter quests, just having you go talk to one person or another, that offered a little bit less, but it took me a fraction of the time to get the next bar and a half to get to Exalted than it did questing through Duskwood completely. So, does take a little bit of time to do any kind of a rep grind. I would say there is no quick shortcut. I did try to go to Stormwind and solo the Stockade. For some reason, it does not give you all that much rep. Even if you go through and kill every boss and mob in there and then reset it. Tried it a couple times, a couple different ways, and it just was not an efficient way to try to grind rep. So I would recommend you find a zone that you can earn Stormwind Reputation with. I'll leave a link to the page that I was looking at as a reference in the description, and just go to a zone and quest through one if you're not Exalted. And then, like I said, this was just I was already just at Exalted, so I had to kind of fill each bar up. So depending on where you are, you might have to quest more, you might have to quest less. And I did Stormwind Stockade wearing a Stormwind Tabard as well. And even with that, it still just did not grant me enough reputation. So this seems like the best way to approach this. So, as I said, for the human heritage armor, you have to be level 50. You have to be exalted with Stormwind. So that was how I got through Revered to Exalted. Hope that was helpful. Hope you enjoyed that, and thank you for watching.